What is up, guys? It is Godspola, and today I'm reviewing the three Jeepers Creepers movies. Uh, yeah, this is a franchise I like, and yeah, and just to clarify, I know about the situation about the director. I know, uh, I'm not condoning his actions. I'm not saying just cause it's stupid just because I like a franchise that he makes that means I condone what he did. I'm not gonna get into full detail of what he did, but it was bad, and you know, but let's just not dive fully into that in this video. It's not about the director. It's about Jeepers Creepers, the movie franchise. So we'll go through 1 through 3, and I'll basically tell you the gist about all the movies. Jeepers Creepers 1 was released in 2001, and it was way different to what we were getting past, 20, 30 years, like, the just the movie, you got this. You think this thing's human at first because, like, from far away, you think it's just some guy. But then, then later in the movie, you find out that it's not human, and it's far, far from human. So, anyways, we meet our two main protagonists, Derry and Trish Jenner, and their brother and sister. They're just they. This movie does really good at these two. Really look. They seem like brother and sister. They fight like siblings fight. Like, yeah, like they really do seem like they're brother and sister, and they're just messing around, driving on the highway, and then you see a truck. Crashes into them, and really, they they eventually the truck comes, and they think it's just some random guy playing a massive prank or something at first, I think. Yeah, and then the truck comes back, but first they're just driving by normally, and then they see a man that was driving the truck dump some bodies down this pipe, and I say that scene right there might be the creepiest I've seen in years. I don't know what it is. Like, it's just the sight of, like, what happens if you were Derry and Trish? You're just driving normally, like minding your own business, and you just see this guy dump bodies into a pipe, and then he looks towards them, he spots them, and that's when he comes back the second time, and they crash him off the road, and then Derry stupidly says that let's go back and see if the bodies are alive. Man, I'm not going back anywhere near that place. I'm going to go get the cops. That's just me. But he talks. Trish doesn't want to do this. Smart, but Derry talks her into it. I think he said, like, "What if it was you down there?" And I guess that talks her. I mean, they go back. They go there. And I like how it's like the movie's self-aware that this is stupid. It's because Trish says, the stupid point, in a horror movie where someone does something stupid and you hate them for it. Man, the movie was self-aware that Derry was doing something stupid. Like, you don't get that in horror movies today and shit. It's really just, you don't really get that. So then Derry sees a rat, and then he kicks his feet, which Trish accidentally drops him, and he finds that this thing, whatever it is, has sewn the bodies. Has sewn some bodies. He finds one of the guys he just dumped down there, and he was still alive. He was stitched up like, I don't know what this thing was doing, but it was pretty weird. But I'm not gonna get into full detail of this movie, but I'd say then you meet a psychic later in the movie that she wanted to change what would happen to them because the creeper was gonna get one of them, and we find out in this movie that every 23 years, for 23 days, that this thing gets to eat. It gets to eat humans. That was crazy. That's crazy to find out. And then there's the part of the movie where it's the grand reveal that this thing is not human and it's a fucking creature. From who even knows? Because he grabs an old woman, he takes him out to them. You finally see him in light. And like you're like, holy shit, I thought this was human the whole time. But no, it looks nothing like a human. Dang. And then they run him over eventually, and then you find out that this thing has wings. And then I thought at first, okay, if this thing has wings, then why does it have a truck? I don't know. Maybe to carry bodies, I don't know, but yeah. So then they go to the police station, and that's where they meet the psychic that was on the phone with them earlier. And that's when they find out that, every 23 years it does this thing. And man, the psychic wanted to change it. She was trying her best. And now let's just get to the ending. Okay. Spoilers. I don't know if you haven't seen this movie yet. I don't know why you wouldn't have if you're watching this video. But the ending, man, it's shocking. It's like you would never have saw the ending coming. So, the creeper. So, Trish and Derry are in this room in the police station. They're arguing, and then all of a sudden the creeper busts into the room. He grabs both of them. He sniffs them out like it says. The psychic said it smells something in you. And then it seems like it wants Derry. And then when it throws Trish to the side, he gets Derry. And then all the cops come in. And then they're getting ready to shoot and rain fire on this thing. And then the creeper does his screeching thing where things come out of his face. Like, it's really creepy. Like, yeah. And then Trish stands up to the thing. She says, "Take me, I won't fight." And God, I would, no offense, but I don't think I would have the balls to stand up to that thing. I'll be as terrified as ever. But she has the balls to step up and say, "Take me, don't take Derry." And man, the fact that the creeper is just there. He's staring at her, and then he grows, his wings come out, and then you're thinking, oh, he's gonna let Derry go, and then the cops gonna rain fire, and then oh shit, the thing flies away with them. I'm like, no way. Then the ending of the movie, you see the creeper in his workshop making something, and then you see the corpse of Derry. You find out he has no eyes no more. The creeper got his eyes, which was interesting. Which is something. The creeper got Derry's eyes, so that is something that's something I'll go into on the second part of this review. Jeepers Creepers 2. Jeepers Creepers 2 came out in 2003. And this movie, the tone of the movie is way different from the first one. Which you're expecting that in second movies of horror franchises, and I would say this movie, like, I say the Jeepers Creepers 1 is better. It's a creepier movie. But this movie is where, so movie starts out with these three guys on the farm. You got the kid, you got the older brother, and then you got the father. Taggarts, yeah, the Taggarts, and they're just working on the barn. The kid's just setting up scarecrows, and then all of a sudden, while he's setting up one of them, he sees that one of them peeks, looks at him, and then it's the creeper. They're like, and then the kid. I'm just saying, if I saw a thing like that look at me, I'm going running to the barn, asking my dad, "What the fuck is going on?" Because that ain't no scarecrow. But the kid stupidly walks up to it, and it finds out that it's not a scarecrow, and he starts to run, and he starts screaming, and that's when the older brother and the father Taggart noticed that something's wrong, and for the opening scene of the movie, the creeper takes the kid. Hey, a shock value in the beginning of the movie, man. Okay, and so basically, the premise of this movie is just there's these bunch of kids, basketball team. You got the cheerleaders. They're all on the bus, and the creeper is stalking them. The creeper stops the bus. They're stuck in the bus. Like, you can't go outside the bus because the thing will grab you or kill you or do something. And to be honest, that's a good premise. Like, you don't really see that in horror movies. I mean, of course, you got a bunch of teens to kill. Of course, that's like pretty much every horror movie ever. But it's an interesting take on it. And the creeper, like, this movie, it's not just about horror. Like, it shoves racism, gayness and shit. Like, it does a bunch of weird shit, but it just shoves it down our throat, and like, it's just not really that good. I mean, like, we don't really want to hear about this stuff. We want to see the creeper creep. Well, we want to see the creeper kill people, like. So, like, most of these people you see in the bus, they're probably gonna die, like, that. But we find out in this movie that for some reason the one of the girls, one of the cheerleaders, they're psychic, I guess. Yeah, she's a psychic. But think about that. In the first movie, the girl Giselle, she was always a psychic. So, and like, the psychic girl kind of just has visions of the creeper's past, things that people he killed. You got Derry and the kid trying to warn her, but yet she can't hear him. And then you see the creeper going, I'm gonna guess, at least 70 miles per hour. The fact that the creeper can run like that, and then he throws his new weapons. Oh, I forgot about the new weapons. He has a bunch of weapons he throws, and he throws them. He throws at the bus tire, and when he throws it in her psychic vision, like it happens in real life, the tire is blown out by the weapon of the creeper, and they have no idea what this weapon is, of course, because it's the first time they've seen it. And yeah, and then there's a side plot in this movie where, remember earlier with the Taggarts, you got the kid's father is hunting the creeper because I want, like, if your son or daughter died, you're gonna want to hunt the murderer down. And this guy plays into the end, and spoilers ahead for the ending. Because I'm not going to get deep into this movie, because I want you guys to watch it for yourselves. But here is the ending. Click off this video right now if you haven't seen Jeepers Creepers 2 or any of these movies. Just go watch them. And then, so the ending is, so Creeper's trying to go on the kids, and then the guy, he has like a harpoon gun. He shoots the creeper twice with it, and the creeper's trying to fly away, and it's like he's hurt. And then you got And after that, you got three people in a car, and you got the black guy trying to tell him go, 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 and then the creeper's trying to get him, and then the guy like he sacrificed himself, so he saves the black guy. So the creeper's hurt, he's wounded, he has no legs, and then he by the way his travel, he jumps up because he can barely fly. He has no, yeah, he's lost all the body parts. Because at this point in time, it's his last day. It's the clock is about to the clock. It's about the end of the day, because when at the end of the day he stops his feeding cycle, he goes in hibernation for another 23 years. So he wants to get this last meal, but then before he can, the guy comes back. Well, the truck was destroyed. I don't know how he was able to get it back, but it's whatever. The guy shoots the creeper in the head, and he stabs it, and you just know that the creeper doesn't die, because he covers his face up with those things from one where he just covers his face up, and then we fast forward 23 years later, a few days before the creeper's next feeding cycle. The old guy, he's old now. He has the creeper pinned up. He's just sitting there and waiting for the creeper to come back to awaken, and that's the end of Jeepers Creepers 2. So, this movie overall, I would say give this a watch. I would say it's way better than the first. The first was creepier. The first was creepier. You don't know what this thing is. We're like a lot more of the shock valve is gone because you know what the creeper is, but it's still a good guilty pleasure movie. Pretty decent movie. Yeah. And then the most controversial one of the franchise, you got Jeepers Creepers 3. So let me explain, before I get into the review of this movie, let me explain what was supposed to happen. So at first, they were going to make a sequel to Jeepers Creepers 2, where they had Trish and the old guy go after the creeper. But due to budget reasons, they had to cut that script, and we got Jeepers Creepers 3, and it takes place right after the events of Jeepers Creepers 1. Like, the creeper just took Derry, and, well, this movie, I'm not going to get too deep into it. This movie is, no offense, but it's kind of just bad. Just bad. We waited 14 years after Jeepers Creepers 2 for this movie, but, we didn't get the good movie we asked for. We were promised a sequel to Jeepers Creepers 2, but 14 years later we get this. Now, I'm going to get into explaining why this movie's bad. 1, the CGI looks terrible. CGI can look terrible, but when CGI is just a minor of problems with this movie doesn't make any sense. So, thing is, spoilers ahead, but the creeper, he's trying to find his arm that 23 years prior, I'm guessing he took a guy with a machete, his arm got cut off. My thing is, why is he worried about this random arm that came off? When in Jeepers Creepers 2, he was throwing his head off, not worrying about his body parts. And my second thing is, if he's been searching for his arm, how come in Jeepers Creepers 1 he's worried about Trish and Derry? It just kind of makes the creeper's motivation in the first movie kind of bad, because he's worried about these two people, but yeah, he should be finding his arm. That is just dumb. And the truck, that's another thing bad. So the truck is now like a Batmobile that can shoot stuff out and kill you. The truck pretty much does most of the stuff. He just sets up for the creepers, sets up for the creeper killing people. There's a scene where the kids are just messing with the truck, and then it gets one of the guys, and then the creeper flies down and kills all of them. This movie, it's so bad. It's just, I swear, I can get budgets not being that high. I can get that. But you could have done a lot better. I'm just saying, because the way the way this movie was shot, it was decently shot. I'll give it that. Uh, it's just what I just can't even explain. Like the truck is just weird, and then here's the thing: they tease something about the creeper, something new that you if you touch its hand, it'll it'll make you levitate, and you'll see its origins of how it was created and maybe its weakness. Two characters touch the hand and do the same thing. None of them explains the whole fucking thing. They tease the creeper's origins. All we find out is that it's ancient. Well, like it, we could have already guessed that, but we don't really get anything. And the dialogue in this movie is bad, just bad. The fact that the creeper's truck is just like anything you like if you shoot it bullet at it, it will ricochet. Uh, that's so stupid. And oh my god, like why is it like that? That's my thing. The only thing redeeming about this movie, in my opinion, is Jonathan Breck, the guy who plays the creeper, does a fantastic job again. But the thing is, you can't really that's just one thing that's I can say positive about this movie. Oh, let's talk about the gore in this movie. Oh wait, I can't because there is no gore. Every kill is off camera. Every kill. You don't see no blood, no anything. And you know what made okay, Jeepers Creepers 2, like the creeper was kind of goofy in that movie, but yet he he was menacing when he needed to be. And plus, another thing. First of all, in the first part of the movie, where like he's in the dark, yeah, I thought this movie was gonna be good, but then you just see the terrible CGI and all that. Uh, I don't think I should like even be talking this deep into it, but I kind of have to. But oh my god, bruh, it's just I can't really explain how bad this movie is. It's just laughably bad. Like I wasn't at the theater when I heard it, but I've heard that the scenes that weren't supposed to be funny, people were dying laughing of how stupid it was. I've heard that. I've heard that. So the fact that that's the case, and when there was jokes said in the movie, no one was laughing. But I just can't even find one thing I can say good about the movie unless the creeper. Other than the creeper, I don't. I really could not say nothing more. You wanted to take place between 1 and 2. I can get the director wanting to make a sequel to 2 and then couldn't. And then, like, you just tell that the director, he wasn't really with this movie. But this movie faced a lot of backlash for, the director and his past. I'm not going to get into it, but it's just crazy how this movie is so bad. I can get budget issues, but you can work around that. I don't know I can rate this movie of how bad it is. Uh oh my god. I would skip this movie. This movie kind of has no reason to exist. Like if this movie didn't exist, nothing different about the franchise would be there. This movie almost screwed the whole franchise. And that's not even a joke. I just can't even begin to fathom how bad this movie is. But I would skip this movie. Yeah, I wouldn't watch this movie. I will watch 1 and 2, and then wait for Jeepers Creepers 4. We probably won't even get that because of how bad this movie was. Well, it's been Godzilla. I reviewed the whole Jeepers Creepers franchise for what it is. Up to this video, of course, because the future Jeepers Creepers 4 could possibly come out. But what, we're gonna wait another 14, 20 years for the next movie? Like, the actors are getting old, man. So, really, like, get these movies out, get the fans what they want, but don't mess it up. But, anyways, I mean, the Jeepers Creepers franchise, it was pretty good, I'd say. The first movies are pretty good. I would give those a watch, but this movie I would just skip. I mean, if you skip this movie, there would not be, like, there would be no difference in, what happened in Jeepers Creepers 4. And the ending of this movie, Jeepers Creepers 3. Oh my god. So, Jeepers Creepers eventually finds his hand. The creeper finds his hand. And then he sees a note that says, "We know what you are." And the creeper, it's like kind of like Darth Vader going, "No," because I mean, to be honest, the creepers are doing this for a long time. I don't get why he would freak out now, because pretty sure someone had caught up back then. But that's kind of just besides the point. Uh, anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.